everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of MedTalk, career conversations by the doctors, for the doctors, and with the doctors. Anybody who's working as a healthcare professional or is helping us to build a better doctor or a healthcare professional for tomorrow becomes a very serious stakeholder in this conversation. And today we are really lucky to have with us somebody who's been teaching AI for like before people knew about it, or talking about biotechnology, bioinformatics, physics, things like which now we are all getting into. Because today I feel if doctors don't become a little bit of engineers or don't attach more skills to themselves, they are going to be a little incomplete doctors as we transcend and converge technologies 2026 onwards. So it's the right conversation for the right time with the right expert. Sir, it's my honor and pleasure to welcome you. Welcoming Professor Dr. Ashok Kumar Nagawat, who is the current Vice Chancellor of the Delhi Skill and Entrepreneurship University. Sir has set up so many incubator cells, innovation centers, including the very famous technology and university in Rajasthan, where Sir was there for quite some time. He has spent 45 years in this journey to enhance skill, being a physicist and being a teacher at the helm of it all, but also donning many leadership roles and running many successful programs, such as a national education program policy implementation as well. To close loop this conversation, along with the veteran seasoned professor, we also have a next generation young dynamic doctor who's in final year of MBBS from Lady Hardinge Medical College, New Delhi, and a MedEngage winner joining us. Welcome, Anshika.
Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me. It's an honor to be here. Hello, everyone.
Most welcome. It's our pleasure to have you here. So let's hear it from Sir himself, since we're lucky to have him. Welcome, Sir.
Thank you very much for providing me this opportunity to share my views here. And as you said that we are from different generations. I belong to baby boomers generation and she belongs to generation G. And things have been changing very fast since 1950. It is the technology, scientific progress, which is deciding in which direction the world and the civilization is moving. So, in fact, right from the beginning, in my childhood, I got interested in science by doing some small and simple experiments. And that's why I took science in the school education. And as I got to learn from scientific knowledge, which was given by many pioneers earlier, I could get interested in the fundamental physics, because physics is the most fundamental science.
True.
And everything earlier we used to believe in reductionism that all answers can be provided in terms of physics.
True.
But I am a true believer that I am not a student of a single subject or discipline. So I consider myself as a student of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. So I consider all, take them all in united and unified manner. And I believe in convergence of all disciplines. So I started my career 45 years back and started delivering courses in physics initially, because only those courses were assigned to me. But then I got opportunities at University of Rajasthan to play different role. For pursuing the research in theoretical physics, I learned computational science without any formal training in computational science. And I could get the necessary knowledge for my research work. But it broadened my understanding and perspective. So maybe I'm better known for my contribution in computational science rather than. But then I realized that the reductionism is not very well working and we have to take everything all together. After completing a tenure of my 35 years of teaching physics, I realized that it is very important that I take interest in skill education, and so I joined Rajasthan ILD Skill University. So today I do not consider any boundaries, but am involved in designing new approaches, strategies for skill education. And as you have rightly pointed out, that in my initial years I could realize that there is a big difference in academic learning and skill learning. And that was pointed out also by Benjamin Bloom long back. So Benjamin Bloom, who studied learning from scientific perspective, and as you all know that entire learning happens in the brain. So based on the activity, neural activity, he classified the domains of learning. So one is called cognitive domain of learning,
Right.
other is affective domain of learning, and psychomotor division of learning or psychomotor domain of learning.
Yes.
So mostly the courses like physics or theoretical physics courses are confined to academic learning. So you get in knowledge and information, you try to understand that, and then you develop the ability to apply the knowledge and solve the problems, analyze the solutions, evaluate it, and maybe one can create new knowledge through research and innovation. So that's called cognitive domain of learning. And it's very common, it is required, it is an essential part of learning. But people do realize that if you wish to accomplish a task or a job, then for accomplishing a task or a job, the academic learning is not sufficient. So I give you just an example, which is a very simple example. What is the difference between skill learning and cognitive domain of learning? So I also know how to prepare a cup of tea. My wife also knows how to prepare a cup of tea. So cognitive learning we both have. But if I prepare a cup of tea and offer it to you, maybe you will not like it. And if my wife prepares a cup of tea and offer it to you, you would like it. The difference is in skill. She has better skills to make the same thing. So the
Such a
process may be the same,
example.
method may be the same,
Yeah.
but the skills, since you can master any skills only when you have keen interest
True.
and when you have done repeatedly. So right now we are focusing on all kinds of programs, including for healthcare professional also, but where skills are important. So we are paying emphasis at this university. So I do understand that even if the job of wheelchair assistant is very important for healthcare sector, and a wheelchair assistant also needs certain skills to accomplish his job. And to do any task, skills are important. So that's why we are paying attention to. And the new job roles, new kinds of skills are emerging each and every day. You find that something has been added in the skill domain. And so one cannot master all the skills, but one do need the skills to
True.
achieve something.
So, like a true teacher, and in a very simple way, he's explained a very difficult concept between academic learning and skill learning. So, as you all must be knowing, Metropolis has also started a Metropolis Institute of Lab Education and Skilling. And happy to share the number of students who register, whether they are BSc, DMLT, doctors who after post-graduation also want to learn something, whether it's digital pathology, artificial intelligence, molecular genomics, and as Sir said, you may have the knowledge or the education, but you have the skill to be in the real world scenario. So tell me, Anshika, how do you, where are you, what are you doing? What is your current, in the current, what can I say, journey of a doctor? You are at a very critical place, final year MBBS, where you are full of questions, about what you're going to do next, and, you're planning something. And how has MedEngage or Metropolis been a part of your journey?
So I am currently in my final year of my MBBS journey, and I'm a real research enthusiast, and I love doing research, where MedEngage has really helped me, because it has provided me a platform where I can present my research paper in multiple conferences, whether it is national or international, and it has really helped me showcase my talent to all the other doctors. As an undergraduate, it has motivated me a lot, since I'm a winner. So it is very...
You're like an icon for them, right? For your junior colleagues, they must be looking at you as somebody who can influence them better. And maybe now you're in a position to guide them better. Do you do that a lot? Do you guide your fellow students?
Yes, a lot, because they all ask me a lot of questions regarding research, and also I am currently pursuing my USMLE journey.
Okay.
So they asked me about that as well, and MedEngage has helped me purchase some Q banks and use some clinical skills as well. and it has really helped me a
So
lot.
nice to
right
know
now.
that. So all of those who want to get such kind of support, the lines are open, as you are aware, that 31st December, not only do we turn a new year, but we also shut down the lines for MedEngage applications. But you have time, right? You can go in and apply for a research grant, for a scholarship, and you can also give that boost to your career that is very much required. As a doctor, I think we all have such a long, incubation period, and whatever support comes in that is always a welcome support. Yeah. As a healthcare professional, we are not moving files, we are dealing with lives. So though we've understood, importance of learning, academic learning, skill-based learning, but is that sufficient? No. You have to expert what you're doing. You have to be an expert. And developing expertise is not easy. So when we have with us such a seasoned professor, that's what I want to know, sir. How does one transcend this journey from being a professional to being an expert professional?
So it's a very interesting question, and as I believe that the path to expertise initially begins with a dream or awareness about a dream. Unless you have a dream, you cannot become an expert. It should be something which should drive you. So awareness is the first thing. So there are so many disciplines, so many problems to solve. A person can contribute in infinite number of different ways maybe, but he has to pick one thing which is he likes. Unless you have a liking for a certain discipline, certain kind of task, something which you wish to do and achieve, you cannot achieve anything like expertise. So awareness is the first step. The second thing is the knowledge, and you have to gather knowledge, whatever is required to doing that thing. And that's very important, because I do believe that to accomplish a task, you may need knowledge which has been classified by academicians in different disciplines. So like I was formally trained in physics, but when I got interested in biology, and then I started making this comment also that 21st century will be the century of quantum biology, and how we can change the biology and how we can re-engineer ourselves. Maybe
Right.
I called Homo evolutus, that the human beings would be, Homo sapiens would be the last biological species, and next biological species which will evolve from us would be called Homo evolutus, designed by Homo sapiens and re-engineered. So everything
Wow.
can be re-engineered. So that kind of thing. So knowledge is required. So if you wish to understand and contribute in the biology or biotechnology, you also need to know. And if you just say, "Oh, I am a physicist only, I am not interested in going through the books of biology." So that kind of culture now through NAP is being propagated, that we should not believe in boundaries. To solve a problem, whatever knowledge need to be acquired, whatever skills need to be mastered should be done. So the second is then, but next is the exposure. Unless you get an exposure. So if you do not get a proper exposure, you will not be properly trained and you will not be able to become an expert. So exposure is important, and that's why that people have preferences for joining certain institutes, certain universities, and certain organizations, so that they can get better exposure to the eminent persons who have already contributed, the leaders in that particular area, and so on. After the exposure, experience, there is no shortcut to experience unless you do it. If you just keep on talking about it, sharing your views, but not experiencing, not doing the task on your own, by your own hands. So as you know, the Indian medical doctors are considered best because they have more experience.
Yes.
And maybe they get more chances to apply the same knowledge repeatedly in comparison to those
Because of the caseloads that we handle.
So in developed world. So experience is the very essential.
Yes.
And then only exposure and experience lead to the expertise.
Wow.
And expertise requires confidence, and expertise require reskilling and upskilling also.
True.
Nothing is final. The way the medical services were provided when I was kid and the way now it is provided, it's totally different.
Yes.
But so is the life also. When I was kid, there was no internet, there was no social media post, and the life today is also different.
True.
So everything is evolving, changing very fast, and maintaining expertise in modern time is very, very challenging also. Because if you lose the interest, you lose the expertise. And you will not be considered expert in that field. So even
Yes.
if you establish your name and even you receive few awards, you cannot be assured of the thing that now it's over. It's never over.
True.
It's ever changing, fast changing world, and the development is taking place at exponential rate. We should understand and keep pace with the latest development, and that's why I pay more emphasis that the student should definitely pursue their own dream path, purposeful learning, whatever they decide, and all kinds of flexibility which is available in modern university system should be explored. So one should be happy to go through as much learning as required for pursuing a particular path, professional path especially, I would say.
That's so profound, sir. I mean, I've got thinking. I'm thinking, what more skills do I need to add to myself? So I think a very clear statement, and I hope all the young doctors watching are going to imbibe this. Some very clear messages. Have a dream. Have a dream which is exciting, which is real, which is meaningful, with a purpose, and going to impact patient care and the entire fraternity, so to say. After that, you acquire your education, your basic skilling. But is that sufficient? No. You have to master that skill with exposure, expertise, constant learning, breaking silos, learning the allied things. For example, a physicist has to understand biology if he has to be an impactful in biomedical or biotechnology area. So the whole concept of don't stop at anything, there is never an end. An award is not a milestone. Having some certain laurels is not a milestone. If you are working, till the day you are working, keep acquiring new skills and keep becoming better at your art, because you have to do it in evolving times, not in yesterday's times. You have to be ready for tomorrow. So I think thank you so much, sir. There was so much learning, and I think everybody is motivated. Are you, Anshika?
Yeah, definitely.
What's your plan?
So my future goal is doing MD internal medicine in US. So as you know, I'm pursuing US MD journey, and I'm very much interested in internal medicine because it is a science where anatomy, physio, pharma, pathology all come in one go. So I'm very much interested in internal medicine, and
Nice.
it is in US where I see myself. Plus, I am very much interested in research as well. So clinical skills as well as research together are very much good in US. So I want to
I was
do
just going to ask you, why US? Why not India?
Ma'am, because in India, the research skills that we develop are not much used in patient care, and I really want to use my research skills in clinical values as well.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting thing that Anshika just said, right? So that, we have these two different worlds. One is the whole, the application world, and one is the R&D world. And some people or certain things get more, if I can say, prime time space, but the others go a little under recognized, or they do not get so well integrated. So as we take this journey towards Viksit Bharat and a developed India in 2047, what are your messages that you want to leave, for the next generation, for the policymakers, for the institution providers, for everybody? Because now you are at that stage where you have that wisdom and that maturity where you can actually give recommendations to everybody. So let's have that, sir.
So I do believe that there are a lot of jobs which I classified as an applicationist job. Even medical doctor I sometimes consider as an applicationist, and a software engineer is also an applicationist. But what we realize in last few decades, that is research innovation is very, very important, and that is changing the world. Applicationist we do need to provide different kinds of services. Now India has now a goal of becoming a developed nation, Viksit Bharat. So I also see that how we can become Viksit Bharat. And if few historians also say that we were a Viksit Bharat in past, maybe in 1500 or 1600 or 18th century up to. So the only path to become a Viksit Bharat or developed nation is that the product which we make should be the best product available in the world. So that's the first aspect. Every product which we make should be the best. So even if we are making some healthcare equipment, healthcare material devices, that should be the best in the world. We cannot use. So now the kind of the equipment and devices now used in medical science are too different than what were earlier. So we have to keep track of it, keep continuously do R&D in that sector and provide to the society new kinds of best products. The second aspect is to provide the best services in the world. Whichever service we provide, that service should be the best. I take pride that now in India, the economy is driven by service sector. We have done very well, like financial transaction or cashless transaction, which we are providing is the best kind of service. Or even delivery of items at doorstep, we are much ahead than the rest of the world. And similarly, in the healthcare sector also, our services have improved a lot. And now we have the concepts and notions like medical tourism. Even though she is interested in moving to United States, but I do know that some of the citizens of United States of America are coming to India for treatment because we have a system where we can provide services in quick manner. But our services should be best in the world. And third and most important aspect in my understanding is that not only our conduct and culture should also be the best in the world. So unless we learn about that, unless we provide, so ethics are very important. So medical services should be provided with ethics, with effective domain considerations that, so we cannot provide them in the same clerical fashion as otherwise the bureaucratic system works. In the same manner, medical services cannot be provided. So conduct is also very important and that we have to learn. And maybe we have to improve a lot in the conduct sector also. So the practices which are prevailing right now need improvement and the universities like my universities are considering all aspects and options which are open to us so that we can help the society to bring in change. And the final thing which is related to it is that what I see that whenever we wish to bring in a change, there is an opposition to the change, that is I call law of inertia. Finally, the society accepts it. But most important part is that the beauty of equilibrium which is reached after bringing in change is the convergence. Things get unified. And now we are moving in a time where a new kind of convergence would be appearing and which we have not witnessed so far. And so far we used to believe that as a biological species, human beings are the most intelligent biological species on this planet and therefore they can take pride in it and they think that everything should be in their accordance. But now we have machine intelligence. And the next convergence will be about that we can augment our intelligence with the machine intelligence. That's the advantage. And convergence between mind and machine is the next to take place in coming decades. And there we have to play an important role. And in achieving that convergence between mind and machine, the role of medical professionals would be very, very important because they have already mastered certain knowledge and skills in this sector. So mind, maybe we may understand very much now better by using modern scientific instruments and precisions like fMRI and things that we can understand neural activity also. But very soon we would also be having a good understanding of algorithms on which our brain is working. But at the same time we realize there are shortcomings of human brain and how human brain can be supplemented or augmented by using machine intelligence. That would be shaping the path of coming decades in my understanding. So I hope all your medical professionals will use or take keen interest in the latest scientific development happening. And that's why one of the course which we have launched in my university is related to cognitive and neuroscience. And we consider it as a from technological aspect point of view. That the brain also need now engineering in the same manner as we have changed the automobiles. So maybe we have to change and evolve our brain and make it competitive for the coming centuries.
Wow, I'm getting goosebumps listening to you, sir, because whatever we are thinking, you've just articulated it all so beautifully. So, as we step into Viksit Bharat preparation, as sir said, apart from getting the education, getting the learning, getting the skill, applying it, it's also very important to be sure that we put out the best product, the best service, and also imbibe the best culture and the values as we go on to this convergence of the mind and technology, as all of us, I believe, are validating various kind of artificial intelligence algorithms and agentic AI. And that is exactly what is happening, right? So for example, at Metropolis today, we're using AI in all our departments, and it's actually augmenting something or the other. Either it's improving our turnaround time, or it's bringing in standardization, it's improving, quality metrics while the expert still is there. But now you can scale the quality, you can scale the impact that you bring. So I think very beautifully summarized by Professor. Thank you once again, sir, for taking time out from your busy schedule and joining us for this conversation.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure to be here with you and Anshika.
Our pleasure and honor, sir. And thank you, Dr. Anshika, and all the best for a very, very bright career ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
And thank you to our dear listeners and watchers who are catching up on our MedEngage episode. Have you logged in to the Metropolis website and applied for your research grants, scholarship grants, and various other things that you have at your disposal? As Sir said, whatever opportunity you get on the way, grab it and become a better professional. So tune in and log in. Bye-bye, everyone.